Hello all, welcome to Star Wars with Steelflex. I'm Jonathon Steelflex. Let's get right into news and updates. So to start off with news and updates, this is the section of the video where we talk about new things like show developments, announcements, castings, any potential rumors that we end up hearing about Star Wars. Starting off at New York Comic Con 2023, there was a Lucasfilm publishing panel where many familiar authors came together to discuss future projects on the way within the Star Wars universe. They displayed cover art, upcoming titles, and release dates for these new upcoming projects. There were two mini-series announced from the Marvel Comics, one of Mace Windu and another of Jango Fett. They may have done that on purpose, but who am I to say? There's also a new comic adaptation that will be released following the events published in the novel Thrawn Alliances, where Thrawn and Darth Vader's alliance is demonstrated. There will be two graphic novels created by Dark Horse Comics, Qui-Gon, written by George Mann, and Obi-Wan, written by Cecil Castellucci. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. It was also mentioned that Cavan Scott will continue leading the story writing for the High Republic Marvel Comics series. We also see cover art for the continuing series, The High Republic Adventures from Dark Horse. Speaking of High Republic news, a new book titled Star Wars The High Republic The Lightsaber Collection will celebrate the unique hilts of the Jedi in their prime with full-color illustrations of each weapon and new portraits of those who carried them. And still on the topic of the High Republic, just announced at the panel, you can be in the possession of Stellan Gios's lightsaber. I really hope I pronounced that correctly, I apologize if I just butchered it. This special edition lightsaber is the first to be crafted from the era of the High Republic as part of the official line of lightsabers available at Shop Disney, Disneyland Resort, and Walt Disney World Resort. It's limited to 5,000 pieces globally. It arrives this fall, so you might want to make sure you get one if you really want one. Rounding out the High Republic news are the pages that were revealed of the High Republic Encyclopedia, releasing December 5th of this year. Look at this picture of Dexter Jettster with a mustache. What a man. Skipping forward ahead in the timeline, we have a new visual archive of Return of the Jedi as it celebrates its 40th anniversary this year. This book is slated to release in March of 2024. And finally, announced at the panel, we will be able to feast our eyes on Star Wars dad jokes written by Kelly Knox. The panel showed off the new book of hilarious jokes and puns for fans of all ages. I can't wait to get my hands on it to improve my Star Wars joke database. That's very nerdy of me, I apologize. Moving on from the panel, Minecraft has announced their new Star Wars based DLC. Star Wars' website has posted the following description for the game. Announced at Minecraft Live, Minecraft Star Wars Path of the Jedi DLC features a new story-based adventure, and it will arrive on November 7th. In Path of the Jedi, you'll play as a Padawan, customize your own droid, and build a lightsaber as you go on various missions throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter legends like Yoda and Mace Windu as you rise to the rank of Jedi Knight. If you want to check out the trailer, it's on their YouTube channel, which features glimpses of famous locales like Coruscant and Kamino, and fan-favorite characters including Ahsoka Tano, General Grievous, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's been news and updates of Star Wars, so let's go ahead and switch it on over. And what are we going to switch it over to? That's right, this week in Star Wars. For this segment, we're going to be talking about all the new things releasing for Star Wars this week. On October 17th, Tales from the Death Star is a graphic novel published by Dark Horse Comics, and it's written by Cavan Scott. From the destruction of Alderaan to the shadow of the forest moon, alien creatures, phantom starships, deadly artifacts, and vengeful spirits all stalk the halls of the infamous space station, as writer Cavan Scott and an all-star team of artists revealed the hidden evils that lurk within charred remains of the ultimate firepower in the universe. On October 18th, we have two comic books releasing. First, we have Star Wars issue 39, written by Charles Soule and published by Marvel Comics. This issue ties in with the Dark Droid series. Lando Calrissian has finally gotten his hands on the ancient droid with the ability to save his old friend Lobot from certain death. But before that can happen, they must escape Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine, which is swarming with evil droids hungry for droid blood. This issue takes place somewhere between 3 or 4 ABY. Secondly, we have the comic adaptation of the second episode of the television series Obi-Wan Kenobi. This comic is published by Marvel Comics and is written by Jody Houser. Mission: save young Leia Organa. The Inquisitors are on the hunt for Jedi. On a dangerous, crime-ridden world, Obi-Wan becomes a target. Can Obi-Wan save Princess Leia without the Empire realizing he's alive? This story takes place in 9BBY. And that has been This Week in Star Wars. Let me know in the comment section what you're most excited for. Moving on to the next section of the video, we are talking Star Wars in real life. In this section of Star Wars in real life, we talk about all things Star Wars in the real world. For instance, let's talk about a long-lost model of an X-Wing fighter used in the original 1977 Star Wars movie, sold at auction for over $3.13 million on Sunday. This model was used to film the battle over the Death Star in A New Hope. The top two wings of the fighter are both painted with a single red stripe, indicating that this was the X-Wing piloted by Red Leader. This model had intricate painting on the wings to look more realistic when close to the cameras, whereas there were several other pyro models created to be destroyed in explosions for the film. Other items, like a complete Stormtrooper costume from A New Hope, sold for $645,000, while some of the original product scripts were sold for $27,500. And that's been this week's Star Wars in real life. Would you ever pay $3.13 million for a lost X-Wing prop? Let me know in the comments. In the next section of this video, it's time for Star Wars Trivia of the Week. You will have 10 seconds to answer this question, and this week's question is, what was Galen Erso's nickname for his daughter? While the clock is ticking down, go ahead and write your answer in the comments and see if you got it right. Compare it with others, see if they're just as smart as you. Time's up! Did you get it? The answer is Stardust. Let me know if you got it. Moving on to the penultimate section of this video, this is the Star Wars Meme of the Week. Enjoy! And for the last segment of this video, we're going to have our Star Wars question of the week. This week's question is, if you had to choose one era for every single new movie or streaming series to release in, which era would it be? Would you choose the original trilogy, the prequels, the sequels, the High Republic, or something totally unexplored? Let me know in the comment section what you think and why you chose it. Well, that looks like all we have time for. If you like this video or want to stay up to date with all things Star Wars, go ahead and hit subscribe so you won't ever miss another video. For Star Wars with Steelflex, I'm Jonathon Steelflex. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you, always.